Welcome to the Michele Roy Show.
Welcome to this Christmas episode of the Michele Roy Show. I am so happy that you're here, that you get to join me for a little bit of an episode talking about Christmas, specifically because it lands on Christmas today. And we'll talk about some strategies and tips that you can use to make this Christmas beautiful for you and exactly what you want. So, Christmas is my favorite time of the year. I don't know if you're like me. I love the lights. I love the cookies. I love the carols. I mean, just all of it. I love the season. And it can be very challenging at the same time because it's a season that you're expected to do a lot of different things. If it's the cooking, it's the cleaning, or it's the hosting, or it's gift wrappings and gifts and having people over, it can be very overwhelming for a normal person with have a perfect health. But for us who struggle with chronic pain and invisible illness, it can become even more challenging. And I know, my friend, I know I've been there, and it'd be a struggle as well. When I was first diagnosed in my first Christmas, I remember how difficult it was to even just get out of bed. And in my mind, I was racing with, I have to, it's Christmas. Of course, I have to be there for my boys. I have to try to do the best I can. And I didn't have the energy, the strength, and even the know how to express myself to my family that it was very challenging. I didn't know. The pain was just so intense. And bless my husband, he's an amazing cook. So he always took care of that. But I always did desserts. And I love to do 3 or 4 desserts that are big desserts because we always love to have more people. So pavê, which is a tradition, a Brazilian tradition to have, is something that I love making as well, with puddings and chocolate puddings and cookies. And I'm telling you, I still love to do Christmas cookies and is something that I have to adjust, but is one of those traditions that when you have a health condition makes it a lot harder. So my friend, I want to be able to just take a little time right now to acknowledge that this time is also a difficult time. And I'm sorry, but I'm very happy that you're tuning in here, that you can get a little bit of encouragement and that you can find a way to find different ways to make your Christmas a nice time, a nice season as well. So I'll be looking at my notes because it's easy for me to get tripped off and forget the main points that I want to bring here. But I want to acknowledge, first of all, how difficult that it could be at Christmas time, especially if you're like me who loves to host and loves to have a lot of people around. You also need to be able to make time for yourself, make time to take care of yourself, make time to take care of your needs. But if you don't know what your needs are, it's really difficult, isn't it? So I had to adjust a lot of my expectations of what Christmas is meant to be. So, like I said, I love to host, and my family have always come to us, and we love to have people over. And I always likes to over deliver. My family in my home is like this. We don't do anything halfway. It's always over the top. Love to have people over. I love to have the music, the banter, the games, the fun. But that also can be very draining because it takes a lot of our energy. So one of our Christmas tradition has always been to go Christmas hiking on Christmas Day. So that's been since kids were very young. And right at the beginning, I tried. I really tried. And I ended up just staying in the car because the cold just ugh, was just so difficult. No energy to walk because fatigue was huge. But I tried. I tried to push myself because I've always been somebody that really pushed mind over matter. But through the years, I've been learning to have to say no, have to pace myself, and be okay with that. And I just want to be able to extend that same grace and offer to yourself of it's okay if you have to change the traditions that you've had and adapt to what you can do today and how you can show up today that's meaningful for you. So with the hike, I get to stay home listening to beautiful carols with the fireplace on. And it's something that it's my time. It's my time to fill my energy cup again. It's my time to rest, to journal, to meditate, to just be able to be present with myself. And that gives me the energy that when everybody gets back and they're all ready for having the food and everything else, which my husband always takes care, it's all taken care of. I already have that next space for myself, if that makes sense. So I fill up the tank so I can have that tank, let's say, used up during the Christmas food, celebration, and all of that. So that's something that I had to adjust. And believe me, oh my goodness, it was so difficult to do that. To say, sorry, I can't go to the hike. I'm sorry, I can't go there. I'm sorry, I can't show up. I don't have the energy. I can't get out of bed. Or, all those things. And the guilt and the shame that comes with it, it is not easy. But through the years, I have learned to adjust and see what works for me. So making these little moments and creating these little spaces that I can just take it for myself. And I have had also to change the time that we have people over in our house, make it earlier so that they can leave earlier. That way my schedule, my sleeping schedule is not disrupted. As you know, if you face a chronic pain, you have to try to sleep. Sleep is very difficult as it is. So having a consistent time to go to bed and wake up, it's really important so that you can give routine to your body. So those are things that I had to adjust as well, and not feeling guilty of saying, oh, sorry, you guys can't stay longer, but being able to say, look, this is what I can give right now. And, people really want to support you if you're able to open up and tell them. My family have been very supportive, my extended family as well. But I have to swallow my pride and explain that I need a little bit of extra space or what I can do. And it's okay. It is okay. It's okay to give yourself that space. And I want to be able to say that to you as well. In this year, I mean, our traditions are really, we used to be very stuck to them. Talk about flexibility, but we're going to be spending Christmas in Tenerife. So all my traditions are changing for this year. And that's what we need, just a time of us, me, my two boys, and my husband spending time together and connecting with each other in the sun. Because the winter is not easy for my body. Absolutely not easy. It hurts a lot more. And I'm very grateful I'm able to do that. But it's something different and I have to adjust to that. But another little tip as well for, I suppose, redefining joy for what Christmas is for you. It is a time of love. It is a time of connecting. It is a time of spending with others and enjoying that. But it's also a time of you tendering to your heart and to the things that are good for you. So I love watching Christmas movies, and a tradition of ours has always been to watch, The Christmas Carol or It's a Wonderful Life or Joyeux Noël, one of these older classic Christmas movies, and then put another nicer one or newer one like a Die Hard or something. However, I have to also see what's best, what works for me, and being able to watch movies or not watch movies the times that I do different things. So it's not how I used to plan of having this perfect arena of what has to happen at Christmas time. You have to have the food at this time, movies at this time, the games at this time. I used to be very, very adamant about it. Now it's a little bit more flexible, but seeing what I want, what suits me. Having that cup of chocolate, hot chocolate. I absolutely love hot chocolate. And being able to just cozy up with my kids and be able to laugh together watching a silly movie, it's something memorable as well. And it's easier for me than having to be up and around and trying to entertain, let's say. So those are things that I had to adjust. And I suppose I want to just extend the grace to you as well. You might have to adjust as well. And that's okay. You need to see what works for you so that this Christmas season, you can have a good time, that you can be nourishing for yourself and be able to have that quality time with other people, which is what we also want to be able to have, isn't it? That's the whole point of it all. So I would like to leave you with a couple of tips for me of saying, learning to say no to the things that drain me and saying yes to the things that nourish me. So no to going to the hike right now. But yes, to staying home and meditating and taking some time to journal, you know, no to being out late. And yes, to spending some time watching a movie with my kids, no to eating too much junk. And yes, to trying to nourish my body with some smoothies or different things that will nourish me in the end and help me on my way. So these are different things that are tips that I have cultivated, and maybe you can look into what helps you as well. Most of all is making time for yourself, finding what helps you. So even if you're listening to me, that's a little bit of time for yourself. That's a little time that you can just care and tend to the garden of your heart, care and tend to yourself this Christmas, because it is a time of joy and it's a time of laughter and it's a time of fun, but it also can be a time of drain. And we need to take care of that. But we can still find joy in different ways. So make it work for us. And most of all, showing ourselves grace. Grace that's okay to change. We don't have to do it how we always did it. It's fine to do it differently. It's fine to tell others that we need help. This is another really, really important point. It's hard for us to be open and honest to say, hey, guess what? I'm in a lot of pain right now. Can I just take 5 minutes out, or can I just go to bed now? Because we feel, what are other people thinking? Oh no, I'm not there. What if they're, talking about me right now and saying that I'm being lazy because I'm not showing up? Those are all the inner critic in our minds. People are not thinking that about ourselves. Actually, they're not even thinking about us. That's the reality of it. But we need to think about ourselves. We need to help ourselves. We need to nurture ourselves. And this Christmas Day or next year or whenever you listen to this recording, please be kind to yourself. Enjoy Christmas. Enjoy this time for yourself. Nourish yourself. Give yourself a hug if you need to. Tell yourself how well you're doing, because you're doing very well. You are here, you're present, and you're tending to yourself. So enjoy Christmas. Have a wonderful time. May love, joy, peace, and harmony be with you, and that you're able to express yourself. You're able to show others that you need a little space if you need to, and also see what works for you, how you want to live this Christmas and enjoy this Christmas, and what you want to get out of it. So tailor to what you need, and that's perfectly okay. Thank you once again. I really appreciate you taking your time to listen to me. I'm keeping them short. May God bless you, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget, please subscribe to the show, share with somebody that might need a little bit of encouragement today, and help me to spread the word so we can encourage each other. Thank you again. God bless, and bye-bye.
This was the Michele Roy Show.